So I've got the KTM in the workshop being my apartment because it's just too hot outside to work on it. So I've just got it back from the actual KTM shop. So the new KTMs come with the air forks. They just are terrible in Dubai with the fluctuating heat being so extreme. And I'd already done a seal on the air side. And instead of just trying to fix a seal and put up with it all the time, I just got a whole new set. So I got the WP Exact 6500 spring inserts. So this is the old air shocks here. Still good, they just need a seal kit put through them because I've only put 30 hours on the bike, so pretty disappointing. But instead of air now, it's just a normal oil and spring and standard adjusters, which makes it a lot easier. They use the same external part of the fork and it's just an insert. Coming over this side of the bike, we've got the Trailtech fan, which I've installed previously, and the screen or control unit has already stopped working, again with less than 30 hours on this bike. So I've brought another screen, got it in from American. I'll change that out. The big problem is once the screen stops working, it switches back to 65 degrees Celsius as its minimum for the fan to kick on, which seems to happen over here in Dubai. It gets to that temperature in storage. So I'll swap that out and then take this piece of shit back to the track. So far, not at all impressed with this bike. My first ever brand new bike, and I've spent almost more money on it now than I did on my 2016 KTM with 300 hours on it. So KTM, Trailtech, no endorsement from me, you both suck. Okay, as far as price point goes, 6,000 dirham to get these in and fitted. Got to get springs as well as just the kit. Springs match to your weight at least. So 5,000 for the kit, additional for the springs, and then of course the labour. The labour actually wasn't too bad. I'll give them that much. This little pissy screen that has a battery inside it that you can't take out. 300 dirham. By the time I shipped it from the US, paid my import fees, 300 dirham for a pissy little screen. Yeah, expensive hobby. This keeps up, I'm going to take up the hobby horse because I think that might be a little bit cheaper. Probably more chicks too. Okay, first things I need to do is cut these zip ties and then unplug the leads. So there's 3 leads in here. Unplug them and then get this screen out, and it just presses out through this bracket here straight out towards us. Zip ties off, and you can see I've got one plug here, another one, and then my third. Now I ride out on a sand-based track, so I get a lot of sand and grit in these, even though I wash them after every ride. But it's also right next to the coast, so it's like salty sand. So what I'm going to do is, before I put the new one back together, because this could be half my problem, is cover all my terminals in some electrical grease, and that should stop that corrosion getting in there as bad. This might be why my last Trailtech fan lasted so long, because I never really rode track before, just out in the desert, and the desert sand doesn't have that salt component in it. Alright, so I'm going to go and prise these all apart, so they are going to be a bit tough. Get all 3 of these apart and then get the fan out of there. Won't waste your time showing you how to take connectors apart, and then let's get into it. Okay, so we've got them undone. You can see how much corrosion's in there. I haven't had these that long. There's sand falling out of them. Okay, so the new one, open it up. Okay, 3 connectors, exactly the same. And you can see it's already working. Then the instructions in there, but it's exactly the same as the old one. Okay, so I've got the new one. Just going to push the leads through, and I'm just going to leave it like this, just sitting there for now until I get my electrical grease, and next I'll coat up all these and connect them back up. The reason I'm leaving this out is so I can zip tie it a bit easier into place. So in behind the fan, obviously we don't want anything going up here. So the reason we have 3 leads, if you have a look, here, so we'll take this out for a second. This one is from the probe and reads the temperature. So the probe goes into the radiator fins, and then it can read the temperature, and that'll be displayed on here at all times. Then we've got the power input for the fan, and then the output to the fan from the controller. So once the controller gets to the right temperature from the probe, the controller will then tell the fan to kick in. So I'll set mine normally to 85 degrees Celsius, and then once that probe or my radiator hits 85, the fan will kick in automatically. A lot of people will throw in a inline switch on these, on the power inlet, so you can turn it off when it's in long-term storage, especially over here in Dubai. It's a motocross bike, so normally I get that you wouldn't need a fan, but because I live in Dubai and just the extreme temperatures, I like it. I've never had issues with my old KTM, but I'm already having issues with this one, so who knows how long it's going to last. Hopefully I get another 300 hours out of this bike before I can pretty much gift it to a new owner and get myself another one. Okay, so I've gone and grabbed some dielectric grease just off Amazon. I don't need a heap of it, and I'm just going to get it into these terminals to stop corrosion. Okay, first one will just be our temperature sensor, connect it back up, and that should come up pretty soon, I guess, inside here, probably around 20 degrees. Press that together. Okay, and I don't know if you can see there, the sensor's already working. So 22 degrees, the bike's not been running inside in the aircon in my new workshop / apartment. Okay, and then the last one, the battery connector. Okay, and what I may actually do is grab the cables off my old one and throw an inline switch once I get an inline switch off Amazon, and just use the old plugs, make it nice and simple. Okay, that's all wired up. I've zip tied all those connectors together with 2 zip ties, nice and tight so they don't really move. Then the third one I've zip tied, you can't really see it, but all the cables, just not as tight, so I'm not cinching down on those cables, but keeps everything that was flapping around in there all nice and secure. And then 1 zip tie through all 3, running the same direction as the connectors, and then around the bracket up here. That's how I've held it on every time. Alright, let's hope with now the new suspension and the fan working again, I don't kill my battery for 1, and 2, I've actually got some suspension in the front forks because for my last 3 rides they were just stiff as, and I was just chasing it with my clickers, which were obviously doing nothing because I had an oil leak on the air side. Now, let's get after it. The Trail Tech fan, just press and hold the blue button. After 5 seconds, it'll flash. I can then pick Celsius or Fahrenheit. Okay, Celsius for me because I'm a normal person. And once it goes through, I can see my high and my temperature. And then I'm coming down and I want 85. Now I can reverse this if I go all the way up to high again. Okay, and it'll go either way. Okay, so I can come down to 65. Way too low. I like 85 degrees. Okay, and then once it sets, it is done. The Trail Tech fan is set up and ready to go and use. Okay, track day, 33 degrees this morning when I woke up around 5:30, 6 a.m. Get down to the track nice and early, give these things a go, and Jesus Christ, it's like a new bike. It is incredible, worth every dirham. Doesn't help me as a rider, I still suck, but that's okay, everything is relative. I'm out there having fun. Alright, enough of me talking. Watch a minute or so of me riding dirt bike, and stay tuned for the next one.
My lost boys, shout to all my lost boys, we rowdy. Shout to all my lost boys, shout to all my lost boys, we rowdy. Shout to all my lost boys, shout to all my lost boys, we rowdy. Shout to all my lost boys, shout to all my lost boys. When you're ready, when you're ready. we rowdy. Shouts to all my lost boys. 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 We rowdy. Shouts to all my lost boys. Shouts. Toy car. Hey yo, I'm eating Fun Dip right now.
Not giving a fuck.